Thousands of applicants are denied US citizenship every single month, not because they are unqualified, but because they're making simple, avoidable interview mistakes without knowing it. So this video will be your guide to becoming a US citizen like I did, and in it, I will show you 25 hidden traps that lead to interview denials, simple strategies you can use to be confident and calm when you're caught off guard during interview, and actionable steps to deal with tough immigration officers so you can get your citizenship approved most of the time. So the first trap many fall into actually starts way before your interview is even in the cards. Imagine this. You've been a permanent resident for years now, paid your taxes, you kept your nose clean, you stroll into your citizenship interview thinking it's a done deal, but then surprise, the officer brings up a minor detail you overlooked, and suddenly your path to citizenship hits a roadblock. This happens when you overlook minor eligibility details because you assume you meet all the requirements. Missing even a small eligibility criteria can lead to denial, delaying your dream of becoming an American citizen. The issue here is that eligibility isn't just about time spent as a resident. Right? Factors like continuous residency, physical presence, and even like minor legal issues can trip you up. Think of it like baking a cake. Missing one small ingredient, like baking powder, can make the whole cake flop, no matter how good the rest of the ingredients are. So what's the practical solution? Double check every eligibility requirement. Continuous residency, ensure you haven't taken any trips that break your continuous residence. Physical presence, calculate the total days you've been physically in the US. Good moral character, review your history for any incidents, even minor ones, that could be a red flag. Just like following a recipe to the letter ensures a perfect cake, meticulously confirming each eligibility criteria ensures there are no surprises at your interview. Now, even if your eligibility is spot on, there's something else that is a citizenship killer, right? Ever heard this saying, the devil is in the details? Well, it's essentially true for your N400 application. Small mistakes or omissions can raise big questions during your interview, potentially jeopardizing your chances. Rushing through the N400 form and missing crucial details or making errors is a common mistake. A flawless application sets you up for a smooth interview, increasing your chances of approval. However, it's easy to underestimate the importance of every single question on the form, but each one is there for a reason. Filing out your N400 is like laying the foundation of a house. If there's a crack, and the whole structure is unstable. Here's how you can actually avoid this trap. Take your time. Go through each question carefully. Ensure you understand what's actually being asked. Seek clarification. If you're unsure about a question, consult official US CIS guidelines or seek legal advice, right? Review multiple times. Double check for consistency and completeness before submitting. A thorough and accurate application demonstrates your attention to detail and honesty, building trust with the immigration officer from the get-go before they even meet you. So once your application is ready, your next challenge starts, and it's a tricky one. You might think you know enough about US history and government. After all, you've been living here for years, right? But the civics test can be surprisingly sneaky, catching even the most seasoned residents off guard sometimes. Feeling overconfident, not studying for the civics test is a risky move. Failing to pass the test could result in your application being delayed or denied. I don't think you want that, do you? The test covers specific information that you might not encounter in daily life. It's like thinking you can run a marathon without any training just because you jog occasionally. To set yourself up for success, study the official questions. The USCIS provides a list of 100 questions. Familiarize yourself with them and make sure that they're the right year, okay? Use study tools like leverage apps, flashcards, or online quizzes to reinforce your knowledge. A video like this, we put out videos all the time. This will help you immensely. Join study groups. Learning with others can make it more engaging and effective. Preparation will ensure you're ready for any question they throw your way, reducing that anxiety and increasing your chances of passing. Now, let's assume you've studied hard and you know every fact by heart, but when it comes to time to speak, your words kind of stumble and nerves take over, right? So maybe you've gotten, by with limited English so far, but The interview tests your ability to communicate effectively, and assuming basic English is enough without practicing can be a costly mistake. Misunderstandings during the interview could lead to incorrect answers or perceived dishonesty. The interview isn't just about your answers, it's also about how you communicate them. It's like trying to navigate a new city without a map or a GPS. You might eventually get where you want to be, but it'll be confusing and probably a very long journey. So what can you do? Engage in daily practices, read English newspapers, watch shows, books, try writing short essays to improve your skills, take ESL classes. Structured learning can significantly enhance your proficiency. Practice speaking. Converse with native English speakers whenever possible to build confidence. Better language skills lead to clearer communication, making the interview smoother for both of you and the officer. Now let's just imagine showing up prepared but realizing you left some crucial documents at home. Panic will set in and your confidence will just crumble. Right? Overlooking or forgetting to bring necessary documentation usually have major consequences. Missing documents will result in your interview being rescheduled or even denied. Right? This often stems from underestimating the importance of thorough preparation. Going camping without a tent, yeah, sure, you might survive, but it's not going to be very comfortable, right? To avoid this stressful scenario, create a checklist. List all required documents well ahead of time. Organize everything. Use a folder with labeled sections for easy access during the interview. Double check before you leave. Ensure you have both originals and copies as needed. Being fully prepared shows responsibility and reduces the chances of delays and complications. The next one is kind of hard to talk about because we all know appearances shouldn't matter. But first impressions do count, especially in a formal setting like a citizenship interview. Dressing too casually or inappropriately can subconsciously influence the officer's perception of your seriousness. So, not recognizing the interview as a formal process deserving of respect is a common oversight. It's like showing up to a wedding in flip-flops and shorts. It sends the wrong message. Here's how to make a positive impression. Opt for business casual. Think dress, shirts, slacks, or modest dresses that convey professionalism. Avoid casual attire like leave jeans, t-shirts, and sneakers at home. Ensure comfort. Wear something that makes you feel confident, but is also comfortable for sitting and waiting. Dressing appropriately that demonstrates respect for the process and boosts your own confidence as well. That confidence, however, will crumble if you are running late. Imagine getting stuck in traffic and watching the minutes tick by as your interview time approaches. Very stressful, right? So, not allowing time to get to the interview location can have serious repercussions. Being late can result in a rescheduled interview or a negative impression from the officer. This usually happens because people underestimate potential delays like traffic or security checks. So, it's like missing a flight because you arrived at the gate too late. The plane won't wait for you, right? So, to ensure a timely arrival, plan ahead, know the route, and consider doing a trial run if possible. Aim to arrive early. Plan to be there at least 30 minutes before your appointment. Prepare for delays. Account for parking, building security, and finding the right office. Arriving early reduces that stress and ensures you're composed and ready for the interview. Now, being on time won't help you if you're walking in blind. Walking into the unknown can be intimidating. If you don't know what to expect, your nerves can get the best of you, leading to increased anxiety and a poor performance during the interview. Lack of information amplifies fear and uncertainty. It's like walking into an exam without knowing the format or what you're going to be tested in. You might know the material, but you still panic. To demystify the process, research the process. Understand each step from the arrival to departure, including security screenings and what the interview entails. Read experiences. Look up testimonials or forums where others share their experiences. We have a community that you can join and be part of, and there's a lot of people that have been through this exact process to share with you. Prepare mentally. Visualize the process to build confidence and reduce anxiety. Familiarity reduces anxiety, allowing you to focus on presenting your best self. Once you're at ease, honesty becomes your next crucial step. Honesty is non-negotiable in your citizenship interview. Providing answers that conflict with your application or previous statements can raise massive red flags. The officer may question your integrity, leading to delays and most likely denial. This often stems from nervousness or attempting to hide maybe some unfavorable information, right? It's like telling a small lie that spirals into a big mess that is hard to keep track of, and it's ultimately very damaging for you. So, to maintain consistency, review your application. Refamiliarize yourself with what you've submitted to ensure your answers align. Be honest. Even if the truth is less than ideal, honesty is your best policy. Okay? Take your time. Think before you speak to provide accurate and consistent responses. Consistency builds trust, making it easier for the officer to approve your application. But you gotta stay composed under pressure. This is crucial. Letting nerves control you can hinder your performance. Excessive anxiety can lead to blanking out or fumbling answers, making you come across as unprepared or even dishonest. This lack of coping strategies for stress is like experiencing stage fright during a performance. You know your lines, but you freeze when it's showtime. To keep anxiety at bay, practice relaxation techniques like deep breathing, mindfulness, or visualization exercises can help you calm your nerves. Mock interviews simulate the experience to build confidence and reduce anxiety. Positive affirmations. Remind yourself of your preparedness and worthiness throughout the process. Managing stress allows you to think clearly and respond effectively. Another aspect that requires clear thinking is your travel history. Those trips abroad might seem insignificant, but they matter in the eyes of the USCIS. Inability to recall dates and details of international travel can make you appear untruthful or unprepared, potentially delaying your application. Overlooking the importance of accurate travel records is like a detective story where missing alibis raise suspicions, right? It's like to keep your travel history straight, compile a travel log, document all trips outside the US since becoming a resident. Use official records. Refer to passport stamps or flight itineraries to verify dates. Memorize key dates. Be ready to discuss any extended absences and the reasons for them. Accurate information demonstrates reliability and compliance with residency requirements. And you know what? Another crucial aspect of being a responsible resident is taxes. Uncle Sam wants you to pay your taxes. Neglecting this can have serious repercussions. Not filing taxes or owning back taxes is seen as a lack of good moral character, possibly leading to denial. This often comes from misunderstanding tax responsibilities as a resident. It's like skipping rent payments. You can't expect to stay without fulfilling obligations, right? So to straighten out your tax situation, file all taxes. Ensure you're up to date with federal, state, and local taxes. Bring documentation. Have copies of your tax returns for the past 5 years, ready to present. Transcripts are way better. Resolve issues. If you owe taxes, set up a payment plan and bring proof of the arrangement. Showing you're financially responsible strengthens your case for citizenship for, essentially demonstrating that you have good character. For male applicants, for example, this next one is a critical legal requirement. Failing to register for selective service when required is considered a legal violation, affecting your moral character assessment. This often happens due to a lack of awareness about the requirement, and it's kind of like forgetting to renew your driver's license. An oversight with legal consequences, right? To ensure compliance, check eligibility. Determine if you were required to register between the ages from 18 to 26. Register if eligible. Do so promptly if you're still within the age range. Obtain proof. Get official confirmation of your registration to present during the interview. Compliance with the law shows responsibility and good moral character at all times. But meeting these standards doesn't end there. Besides the civics test, for example, your reading and writing skills are also evaluated. Not preparing for the English reading and writing test could delay your application significantly. Assuming everyday English usage is sufficient is a common mistake. It's like assuming you can swim across a lake because you've swam in a pool. To ace the language test, you have to practice reading. Read simple sentences provided by the USCIS to familiarize yourself with the type of sentence that they ask. Improve your writing. Practice writing sentences dictated to you to enhance your writing skills. Seek feedback. Have someone assess your reading and writing to identify areas for improvement. Familiarity with the test with the format of the test boosts your confidence and your performance. Once you've mastered these tests, there's something else you need to understand. The oath is more than a formality. It's a commitment to the US, to the United States. Treating the oath of allegiance as a mere checkbox may arise concerns about your commitment to the US laws and values. Not internalizing the significance of becoming a US citizen is like agreeing to terms and conditions without reading them. Risky business. To show genuine commitment, read the oath. Understand each component and what it means in terms of your responsibilities. Reflect on its significance. Consider how it aligns with your values and future as a citizen. Be prepared to discuss. You may be asked about your understanding during the interview. When you demonstrate genuine commitment, you reassure the officer of your intentions. However, if you had legal issues or complications, going into it alone can be risky. Attempting to handle complex legal situations without professional guidance can lead to misrepresenting your case or failing to provide necessary documentation. Underestimating the complexity of immigration laws is like trying to perform surgery on yourself. Not very advisable, I don't think. To navigate safely, consult an immigration attorney. Seek someone experienced and reputable to guide you. Be transparent. Provide all relevant information to your attorney so they can assist you effectively. Follow advice. Adhere to the guidance provided to strengthen your application. Getting professional involved will help you navigate legal complexities and strengthen your case for citizenship overall. Now, why would anyone learn the hard way when you can always learn from others, right? Making mistakes that have led others to get their cases denied means you are facing the same setbacks unnecessarily. This often results from a lack of research into common traps. It's like walking into quicksand despite the warnings. To break the cycle, research denial reasons. Understand why others have been denied to avoid similar errors. Self-audit. Assess your application for any potential issues that could cause problems, right? Correct course. Make necessary adjustments before the interview to address any concerns. Awareness and proactive measures will most likely prevent avoidable mistakes, but preparation, however, goes beyond just knowing the rules. So, practice makes perfect, but only if you actually practice. Feeling unprepared due to lack of rehearsal can increase anxiety and will lead to poor performance. So this often stems from overconfidence or lack of awareness about the interview's demands. It's like performing in a play without attending rehearsals. Not likely to end well. To boost your confidence, simulate the interview. Have a friend or mentor act as the officer to practice, answering questions. Record the session. Review the footage to identify areas for improvement. Refine your answers. Work on clarity and conciseness to enhance your responses. Being familiar with the format and questions enhances confidence and performance, and staying informed is equally critical. Immigration policies also can change all the time, affecting your application. Operating on outdated information can lead to non-compliance with new requirements, potentially resulting in denial. Not staying informed about the policy changes is likely using an old map. You're likely to get lost, especially if things have changed quite a bit. So to stay current, regularly check the USCIS website. Stay updated on any changes in policies or procedures. Subscribe, to alerts. Get notifications about policies updates from reliable sources. Consult the professionals. They can provide the latest information and how it affects you. Like being up to date ensures compliance and readiness for any new requirements throughout the whole entire immigration process. And equally important is maintain good behavior until the very end. Now, I can't stress this enough. Your behavior matters until the very end of the citizenship process. Engaging in questionable activities after the interview but before the oath can reopen your case or lead to denial. Thinking the hard part is over after the interview is like celebrating victory before you cross the finish line. Premature and risky. To maintain your standing, maintain good behavior, continue abiding the laws, the regulations, stay responsible, fulfill all obligations like taxes, community commitments, and everything else. Avoid legal trouble. Stay clear of, any activity that could be problematic or raise concerns. Consistent good moral character solidifies your eligibility for citizenship. I said that 1,000 times and I'm going to keep repeating myself. But even with the best intentions, life can be unpredictable and emergencies do happen, right? So, however, at this stage, missing the interview without proper notification can result in your application being considered abandoned. So, not knowing the correct procedure for rescheduling is like missing a doctor's appointment without canceling. You might get charged and have to wait longer for a new one. To handle emergencies properly, notify USCIS immediately. Use the official channels to request a reschedule as soon as possible. Provide documentation. If possible, supply evidence of your emergency situation. Follow up. Confirm that your request has been actually received and processed to avoid misunderstanding. Proper communication shows responsibility and keeps your application on track. Now, although language can be a hurdle, not addressing it will put you in more trouble. Struggling to understand or answer questions due to language barriers can lead to miscommunication and incorrect responses. Not utilizing available resources like interpreters is like trying to solve a puzzle without all the pieces. Frustrating and ineffective. To ensure clear communication, if you need it, determine eligibility. See if you qualify to use an interpreter, based on USCIS guidelines. Arrange that in advance. Follow the proper procedures for bringing an interpreter to your interview. Choose a qualified individual. Ensure they meet the requirements set by USCIS. Clear communication is essential for you to be successful in your interview. And one other thing that is overlooked while communicating is your answers. Less is often more when it comes to personal opinions. During the interview, offering unsolicited opinions on sensitive topics could lead to misunderstandings and very negative impressions being formed against you. Forgetting the professional nature of the interview is like discussing politics at, family dinner. It rarely ends well. So to stay on track, stay focused. Only answer what's asked without venting off topic. Keep it professional. Avoid diving into personal beliefs unless directly relevant to a question. Practice neutral responses. Be prepared to steer the conversation back to the main topic if needed. Staying on point minimizes risks of miscommunication or offending the officer, but don't rush. Answering questions too quickly without proper thought can lead to providing inaccurate or incomplete answers. This often happens due to nervousness or eagerness to finish quickly. It's like speeding through a maze. You'll likely hit a dead end pretty quick. So to provide thoughtful responses, pause before answering. See, just like I did. Take a moment to fully understand the question. Think the question through. Formulate a clear and accurate response before speaking. Stay calm. Maintain a steady pace throughout the interview to keep your composure. Thoughtful answers are more accurate and leave a better impression. In addition to your words, your demeanor can influence the outcome more than you think. Displaying negativity or defeat may affect the officer's perception of your suitability for citizenship. Letting stress overshadow your excitement for citizenship is like clouds covering the sun. The light's there, but hidden. To project positivity, adopt a positive mindset. Focus on the goal and the journey you've taken to get here. Express gratitude. Show appreciation for the opportunity to become a citizen. Stay enthusiastic. Let your genuine interest and excitement shine through. A positive attitude is infectious and leaves a lasting impression. And there you have it. The not so obvious and often forgotten pitfalls that could lead to being denied at your US citizenship interview, and more importantly, how to avoid them. The journey to citizenship is filled with challenges, but with the right preparation and mindset, you can navigate it successfully. Remember, this isn't just an interview, it's the final step towards a dream you've worked really hard to achieve. Stay vigilant, stay prepared, and stay positive. Before you know it, you'll be reciting the oath of allegiance and embracing your new chapter as a US citizen. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, join our community, the link is in the description down below, and share it with anyone else that you think might benefit from it. Don't forget to become a citizen in our channel as well. Subscribe. Way easier than becoming a US citizen and going through the whole immigration process. See you on the next one.